Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Sports Blitz here, and we're back with another NFL mock draft. Before we jump into it, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. We're about 1,040 subscribers right now. Let's go ahead and boost that up to 1,050. That'd be awesome. But let's go ahead and get on into the mock draft. So, I'm going to do all 32 teams. We're going to do just one round for today. So, starting with the first overall pick. So I'll be honest, I usually have Evan Neal going to the Jaguars. I feel like it's important to protect Trevor Lawrence. However, I feel like this is also a case where they should take, best player available. And I think that's really between Evan Neal and Aiden Hutchinson. You can make an argument for either side. So yeah, I think this time we're gonna go ahead and go Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, just a combination with him and Josh Allen, that's gonna make a lot better of a pass rush. It's gonna make their secondary not have to do quite as much because they'll be getting to the quarterback faster. Number two, the Detroit Lions. I'm gonna go ahead and actually have them take Kayvon Thibodeau. I think it's really important that they take an edge rusher right here. Whether it be Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau, if if the Jags were to take Evan Neal, I think the Lions should absolutely take Aiden Hutchinson. But in this case, they take Kayvon. So number three, we have the Texans, and we're gonna actually have the Texans take Evan Neal. The reason for that is Texans just build that offensive line, get that offensive line really in a better position. And I mean, Evan Neal can play right tackle as well. That's actually where he started out before moving over to left tackle, and he was great at right tackle. So you pair him up with Laramie Tunsil, that offensive line gets a lot better. Then here for the Jets, we're going to go ahead and give them George Karlaftis. Really help out that pass rush when Carl Lawson comes back. That pass rush is going to get a lot better. I think where free agency has a lot of really good corners this year, they could get a good corner or two in free agency. Possibly get a solid safety later on in the draft, and that defense will be looking a lot better. Then number five, we have the New York Giants. I think I'm gonna do something slightly different this time. I'm gonna this time actually have Charles Cross. I usually have them take Akeem Ekwonu. I think that's a really good fit. I think he's definitely someone the Giants need to keep in mind right there. But we're gonna have them take Charles Cross this time, and my reason for that is I think he can truly play right tackle. In fact, honestly, with his mechanics, I almost think he'd be better at right tackle than left. I I really like his technique, his hand placement. Um, I I do wish he'd get a little bit stronger, have a little bit stronger of an anchor, but he's good. I think he'd really help out on that right side. To be honest, where Andrew Thomas had a really good year at left tackle, and I don't think Akeem Ekwonu really can play right tackle. Yeah, I think he can be an awesome guard in the NFL. I truly do. I think he can be an awesome guard. But I think the Giants are going to really want solid tackles on both sides. And Charles Cross right there, if that's the case, would be the safer pick. Now, I know there's an argument that you could put Andrew Thomas at right tackle and Akeem Ekwonu at left. Who knows? That would probably work, but we don't know for sure. So it's just a little bit risky, if you ask me. But then here for the Carolina Panthers, we're going to actually take Akeem Ekwonu right here. My reasoning for that is I think the Panthers, yeah, they have their tackles. I think Brady Christensen played solid last year when he did play at left tackle. So I think they should give him another year there. And Taylor Moton was good at right tackle. He has been good at right tackle for the last few years. But Akeem Ekwonu, like I was saying, he can be a dominant NFL guard. And the interior offensive line for the Panthers is atrocious. Like, I don't know that there's a worse interior offensive line in the entire league. Then here for the Giants, we're gonna double up on offensive line, and we're gonna take Tyler Linderbaum, really stack up that offensive line, make Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley's job a lot easier. Give them, you know, give Daniel Jones some protection and give Saquon a lane to run through. So I think that'll really help out. Then the Atlanta Falcons, we are going to go ahead and we're going to give them David Ajabo this time. In a lot of cases, I would give them Derek Stingley. I think Derek Stingley is an absolute stud, and pairing him up with AJ Terrell would be just absolutely disgusting. But the Atlanta Falcons only had 18 sacks this year. That's barely more than one a game. That's not going to get it done. They need some pass rush. I think it'd be also kind of dumb to pass on a guy like David Ajabo. So, yeah, Falcons take Ajabo right here. Then the Broncos here. We're going to go ahead and actually this time have them take Matt Corral. Really, like, any of the projected first-round quarterbacks could go to Denver here. I mean, Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral. I'm a big fan of Malik Willis. Yeah, he's not ready right now. He'll probably need a year to develop. If the Broncos are willing to wait for that, then yeah, absolutely take him. But I think they'll want someone who's more ready. And I think the only quarterbacks that are ready in this draft right now are Pickett, excuse me, Pickett, Corral, and Sam Howell. So we're going to go ahead and take Matt Corral right here. Then at number 10, the Jets are back on the board, and I think what we're going to do here is we're going to get the Jets another good offensive guard. We're going to give them Kenyon Green from Texas A&M. I think if you can get an offensive line consisting of Mekhi Becton, Elijah Vera Tucker, Connor McGovern's a pretty solid center, if we're being honest. Just, being completely honest there. And Kenyon Green, and then really whether the right tackle is George Fent or Morgan Moses. I believe Morgan Moses is a free agent this offseason. But even if it's George Fent played really well there before he got injured. So the Jets' offensive line would be getting a lot better right there, and with that, you'd see a lot of improvement in Zach Wilson. So, number 11, we're going to go ahead and have Washington take Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame. Their defense was really lackluster this year. I've usually had Washington taking a quarterback right here, and I think that's definitely possible. I don't think it's out of question here, but their defense needs a lot of help. Specifically in the secondary, and getting a guy like Kyle Hamilton will help quite a bit. Then here for the Vikings, we're going to go ahead and give them Derek Stingley. I've mentioned multiple times they just really need some cornerback help. Derek Stingley's the best corner in this draft, in my opinion, so going to Minnesota. Then for the Browns, I am gonna keep my word here. I think they really need a receiver. I've had a couple different receivers mocked to them. I've had Garrett Wilson mocked to them, Traylon Burks a couple times. I think we're gonna go ahead and go with Garrett Wilson this time. I think he's the best fit for the Browns. Because I feel like Garrett Wilson, he can make the contested catches, but he can also get separation. He's a good route runner. I think he's the best mixed and well-rounded receiver in the draft. Traylon Burks, like I was saying, he's a big body receiver. He can make contested catches, and he's pretty dang fast too. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of his route running, though. I think Garrett Wilson is more well-rounded, but maybe not quite as good in some of the areas that Traylon Burks is good. So just kind of pick whichever one you want there. Then for the Ravens, we're going to go ahead and give them, let's see. Let me think about this one for a second. All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and actually have the Ravens take Trayvon Walker. I know it might be a little bit early for him. I have him kind of projected in my like 20 to 20 to 24 range. But the Ravens really need an edge rusher. I mean, like I've mentioned multiple times on this channel, Calais Campbell and Justin Houston are getting very, very old. And yeah, they drafted Odafe Owe last year, and he played really well, I thought. But he can't do it alone at the edge rusher position. And so you draft Trayvon Walker, and that's going to be a really talented young pass rushing duo for years to come. So I really like the idea of that. 15, we're going to have Eagles fans, you already know it, Devin Lloyd. I don't. Devin Lloyd is definitely one of my favorite prospects in the entire draft. Like, I freaking love this player. Like, he's just, I don't know. He's probably going to be my early vote for defensive rookie of the year. I love Devin Lloyd. I think he's an absolute stud. Then for the Eagles' second pick, since Trayvon Walker and David Ajabo are both off the board here, I think let's go ahead and go corner. I do like Andrew Booth more. I think he's really good. Ahmad Gardner's been crawling up my list quite a bit. I think Ahmad Gardner is a better fit for Philly than Andrew Booth. I love Andrew Booth, like I said. I think he's the second best corner in the draft, but I think Ahmad Gardner just fits Philly's system better. Then for the Chargers, we're going to go ahead and give them Jordan Davis. Like I said multiple times, actually, a lot of the Chargers' issues this year were run defense, and getting a guy like Jordan Davis, he's going to help that run game a lot. Teams aren't going to be able to just run through the middle on the Chargers anymore. And then for the Saints, we're going to go ahead and give them Jameson Williams. I'm assuming whoever they hire at head coach next decides to keep Jameis Winston, and he likes to throw the ball deep. I'm expecting they'll move to a more explosive offense too, and Jameson Williams is a perfect receiver for that type of offense. For the Eagles, we are going to go ahead and this time give them, let's see, no good interior offensive lineman right here. Because I was gonna say, with Lane Johnson retiring, they have a need there at interior offensive line, but I mean, with Kenyon Green and Tyler Linderbaum gone, I mean, there's not really any good remaining interior offensive line till the second round. So I think in that case, we go ahead and just take best player available. I think let's go ahead and actually take Traylon Burks. I think getting a big, talented receiver like that for Jalen Hurts, along with Devontae Smith, who can run really good routes. That's just a good combination. Plus, Dallas Goedert is a really talented tight end. Give Jalen Hurts all the weapons you can, and you're gonna continue seeing growth with him. Number 20, the Steelers actually got really lucky, and Kenny Pickett falls, and the Steelers aren't gonna pass that up. So taking Kenny Pickett here. Number 21, the Patriots see Andrew Booth on the board, possibly losing J.C. Jackson in free agency, and just cannot pass up on Andrew Booth. 22, the Raiders go ahead and take DeMarvin Leal. Much like the Chargers, they had some defense, or they basically had some issues with teams running on them, and DeMarvin Leal, I think, will really help. Again, I don't think the Raiders need edge help. Their edge rushers are great, but they really need some interior defensive line help. So then at 23, the Cardinals are on the board, and I think they should absolutely go with corner. I'm going to go with Kyer Elam. He is my number 4 corner in this class, but keep in mind, guys, in most drafts, he'd be number 2 or 3. He's really good. He's kind of like a dark horse guy that not a lot of people are talking about, like Asante Samuel last year. I was a huge fan of Asante Samuel last year, before the draft. I was telling everybody that he's a first round talent, like, you know, guys, he's not a bad idea to draft in the first round. And everybody was like, no, he's overrated and all that. And he had a really good rookie year. So I think Kyrie Elam can be that type of player for the Cardinals. So I think that helps their secondary a lot. Then for the Cowboys, there's a few different directions they can go. I do like Roger McCreary as well. This is a really good cornerback class, guys. Like, there's honestly like 5 or 6 different corners that could go in the first round. Like, this is a really good class for cornerbacks. But I think we're going to go ahead and give the Cowboys Nakobe Dean. Go ahead and give a good playmaker next to Micah Parsons. I mean, they're probably going to lose Leighton Vander Esch in free agency, so they'll want to replace him. And I think Nakobe Dean is a perfect player to replace him with. But then for the Bills, we're going to go ahead and give them Roger McCreary. They really struggled in the I almost said AFC Championship, AFC Divisional round against the Chiefs. Really without having Tre'Davious White. So when Tre'Davious White gets healthy, and they're probably not going to be able to re-sign Levi Wallace, getting Roger McCreary in that mix is going to help their secondary quite a bit. Then for the Tennessee Titans, we're going to go ahead and give them Trevor Penning. I still think they really need some help on that offensive line, really at left tackle. I wasn't a huge fan of the rookie left tackle they drafted from North Dakota State. I can't think of his name right now. He was at left tackle, and then really, I think it was Taylor Lewan. I didn't think he played really well this year, even when he was healthy. So I just feel like they should get a new left tackle there, and Trevor Penning is a good player to put there. Then at 27, the Bucks are on the board, and we're going to go ahead and actually give them, let me see who else is available. Yeah, we're going to give them Chris Olave. I think out of these 3 guys, he's the best route runner. I think he'd be a better guy to replace Antonio Brown. I mean, they already have a big contested catch receiver in Mike Evans. I mean, he's 6'5". So I don't think they necessarily need Drake London. And I would take Chris Olave over Jahan Dotson any day, really. So I think that's a good pick for the Bucks. Then here for the Packers, we're going to go ahead and take... I think we have to go with best player available. They don't need a quarterback. You know what? I think we're going to go with Drake London. With them very, very, very likely losing Devontae Adams as well, along with Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love is going to need a good receiver in there, and Drake London is like 6'4", 220-ish, and he's going to be a good contested catch receiver for Jordan Love, and he's going to help in the red zone a lot. So I think that's a good pick. Again, guys, I'm just not super, super high on Jahan Dotson. I think he's probably more of an early second rounder, if I'm being honest. And then for the Bengals, I think they should also address their offensive line, and I think we're going to go ahead and go I love Daniel Falele. Um, he's like 6'9", 380 pounds. Like he's just an absolute beast of a human. Um, but I'm not sure he really fits the Bengals system. I do like Nicholas Petit Ferrer. Um, I think we're gonna go with him. I think we're gonna go with him. I think he's a better overall pass blocker, and that's really gonna help out Joe Burrow. Um, so I think that'll be good. Then for the Dolphins, we're gonna go ahead and go with, let's see, what all edges are available. I do like Drake Jackson a lot. I don't understand why he's so far down. In fact, I'd put him above Pascal, probably above Majai Sanders. I'd put him above Logan Hall. Um, I think we're gonna go with Cam Thomas though. I think we're gonna go with Cam Thomas because he can honestly stop the run pretty well. Like he can honestly even slide inside if you need him to. Um, but the Dolphins getting some pass rush help and a guy that can help stop the run, that's gonna be a big help for them. So I think he's a good fit there in Miami. Then for the Lions, we are going to, let's see, what other wide receivers are available? I do like George Pickens. I do like George Pickens. Um, guys, I'm not a fan of Jahan Dotson at all. And I think you should get Jared Goff some weapons here if possible. Let me see who else is on the board real quick. Um, or oh no. We're gonna go Daxton Hill. Um, I'm a big fan of Daxton Hill. I actually didn't see that he was still on the board. Um, yeah, I mean the Lions secondary needs some help. Obviously, this last year, um, Armani Owarie, I think is how you say it, had a really good year. Their safeties just aren't very good right now. They really need to get new safeties, and Daxton Hill is a beast. So then with the Chiefs here, I think we're gonna go ahead and go Jaquan Brisker. My reasoning for that is actually I have a couple reasons for that. One, so Daniel Sorensen had a very much not so good year this year, and I think he could very well be replaced. But number two, the Chiefs also like to run a lot of three safety looks. So even if you were to have a three safety look with obviously Tyrann Mathieu, Jaquan Brisker here, and even keep Daniel Sorensen, I mean, that would make that group a lot better. So we're going to go Jaquan Brisker here. So, guys, let me know what you think of this mock draft. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Later.